Alright, what is good YouTube? In this video I'm going to explain to you how student acquisition for a martial arts school actually works. Why should you trust me? My name is Emir Ross. I help dojo owners all around the world with their student acquisition. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So let me close these two tabs. I did for research purposes to research this barrel. And basically what I'm going to explain to you is the entire system that student acquisition kind of includes, so to speak. Now, without further ado, we're going to reveal this step by step to get you to actually watch the entire video, because I don't just want you to see everything now and then you're just going to click off. Cheap YouTube retention strategies, I guess. But now let's anyways get into this. So obviously this barrel basically represents what? It represents the market. So it represents basically the entire area around your gym, like everything in a 10-mile or 20-mile radius, whatever, around your school, right? Like everyone who is in there, like every kid, every adult, like everyone who could potentially be a student for your school, around 20 miles around your school, or 10 miles, whatever you want it to be. It's basically in this barrel. This is like a potential whatever student. Now, what I'm not gonna do in this video is I'm just not gonna explain to you how Facebook ads work or what you should do within like each step. I'm basically just going to explain to you the system, and then you can do the thinking yourself on how to actually implement this. But it basically all starts with the market, because if you have like a dojo in the desert, like let's say like 100 kilometers around you, there is nothing. Like there's literally no one living there. It doesn't really matter if you have a dojo there, because no one is there to come to it, right? Unless people travel far to it because you're like such an exotic dojo or whatever, but that's a different story. The next thing we need, or the first thing we basically need from the market, is impressions. So you may be like, well, we need I thought we directly need leads or whatever. No, we don't need leads yet. We just need them to know that we exist. And this can be done mostly through ads, probably through like Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok, whatever you wanna do, right? Obviously, you could do, if you can afford ads, you could do like cold outreach to people in your area as well. But I guess that's a different game. I am having made this system basically based on like ads and stuff like that. So basically, the first thing we need from your market is impressions, so they see your ad, right? The next thing we need from them once they see the ad is to obviously click on the lead form or on the landing page, whatever. We're still not at the leads part, right? Like the first thing we need from the market to see your ad, to see that you exist, and we need them to click like around on the ad. Obviously, we could add this in here, like kind of in between clicking around on the ad or whatsoever, but basically the next thing we need them to do really once they see your ad is to click on the form after they've informed themselves like on the ad and after they've seen it. And then once they've clicked on the form, obviously we need to put their information in, and then we're at the lead stage. So once your market has seen the ads, or once someone has seen the ads, once they've clicked on the form, the next goal is to obviously get their information, like their phone number, their email address, or their name, or whatever it is, right? And that is basically the third step, right? But again, all of this couldn't happen if there wouldn't be a market. And obviously, the bigger your market, the more like the more stuff is in this barrel. The bigger this barrel is, the more leads you can get, so to speak, right? So, but what do you do once someone has become a lead? Well, we could argue follow up with them or whatsoever. This could be something in here again. But really, the next step after we've gotten a lead is that we get them to book a trial class. You can get them to book like a paid trial class, whatever, but let's assume you do like a one free trial class, so to speak, right? So the next step would be that we get them in for a free trial class, so to speak, and that they actually kind of book one. Not even to get them in, but to just get them to book one, right? We could argue like, all right, here you also need to re-nurture them or whatsoever, but really the next step after someone has become a lead is to get them to book a class. Once they've booked that class, the next thing is obviously that we need them to get to show up to the class. Well, and like, because it doesn't use as much if we have 10 people booking a class, but only like one shows up or whatsoever, right? Like this is really bad. Like we should get at least like 6 or 7 to show up, whatever. Maybe even 8. So we need a good show up, right? So this is kind of the next part of this system. Well, but once they show up, the next thing is that we obviously need to close them as well. So once they're like in the school and once they've done their trial class, we need to obviously sign them up as well afterwards, right? For whatever offer we have going or for whatever package, right? Now, it doesn't stop there. The last step, obviously, you might have expected this, the last step, congratulations. You've been wrong, because the last step is actually retention. You need to keep them, because it doesn't use you much if you sign someone up for like a month and everyone leaves after their first month. You need to keep them. This is probably the easiest step for you guys as a dojo owner. I at least can imagine from what I've heard talking to like thousands of dojo owners at this point already. I feel like this is the easiest step for you guys, but yeah, the other steps are also just as important probably. And you can't really argue that one step is more important than the other, because all of these steps are almost equally important. Because, well, if let's say, okay, let's go through this, right? Let's say you have like you get a lot of impressions. So let's say you get, where's something to write? Let's go down here. Let's say you run ads and you spend like $20 a day or whatever, and you get like 3,000 impressions, and then out of those 3,000 impressions, 40 people actually click on your lead form, right? And then out of those 40 people who click on your lead form, God knows, like you generate 7 leads per day, and then out of those 7 leads, only one person books something, but out of those this one person also always shows up. So, well, now let's do this differently. Let's do this on a monthly perspective. So let me erase all of this. So let's say per month you get around 3,000, let's say 100,000 impressions with your ads. 1,000, 100,000 impressions, and you get around, around, let's say, 1,200 link clicks. Maybe that's a little too much. I don't know. Let's just keep it at that. You have that many link clicks, and then you get, out of that many link clicks, around, let's say 24 leads. And out of those 24 leads, 15 also schedule a trial class, and out of those 15 who scheduled a class, actually, like, let's say 2 canceled, and also of those 13 left, let's say 9 actually showed up. Out of those 9 who showed up, let's say you're able to convert 7 to actual signups, and out of those 7, 6 stay for longer than stay for more than a year. Let's put this here. Stay for more than a year. More than a year. What you can see is we have a good system, right? But what do you think? Like, if these are like kind of the monthly stats. So you have 100,000 impressions a month on your ads. You have 1,200 link clicks. You have 24 leads, 15 bookings, 9 shows, 7 signups, and 6 stay for longer than a year. What do you think is the bottleneck in this system? And I'm going to give you a second here to figure this out. So there's one number in this system which is off, which is not correct. I don't know if you figured it out or not, but I'm going to give you the solution now. So drums, please, whatever. We can actually do this. It's obviously the leads. The leads is the problem here, because if we have 1,200 clicks on the lead form, but only 24 leads, that's not good. Especially if we have that many impressions. Like, you should probably, I guess, like, I don't know the exact numbers here, but you should probably rather have like 50 to 100 leads. So more like 50 to 100 leads would be probably more accurate for this. Now, what we can see here, though, is like the impressions are good, the clicks are good. Let's say you've spent like, I don't know, 100,000 impressions, you've spent like $1,500 for this month on ads as well. So 1,500 divided by 24, that's a lead cost of $62. I guess I don't even need to say much more. Like, even if you don't know marketing at all for your school, like $62 for a lead is really, really expensive, right? Let's say you had one of 100. You had 100 leads. So 100 is more accurate probably than 50. 50 is still too low, right? So if you would have had 100 leads, then yeah, we could say, all right, everything in this system is fine, right? But 24, that's like this right here is definitely the bottleneck. Because look at the bookings, like if out of 24 leads, 15 actually booked something, that's really good. Like, that's a good booking rate, right? That's basically more than half who actually booked something. And if 9 show up, that's also a good show up rate, considering cancels and all of that, right? That's good. So you could put in here something like cancels as well, but that's a different story. Sign-ups, 9 out of 9 people show up and you are able to close 7, and out of those 7, 6 stay for longer than a year. That's good. Obviously, in order to also get this number right, you would have to kind of wait like more than a year, but you can, like, retention, I think, is not real. Like, this part right here is not really the issue for most martial arts schools, at least what I feel like. Like, just teach good classes and you won't have an issue with this. But again, like, everything from this part right here, so everything besides the retention thing, can basically be tracked at the end of the month always, for the most part, because you at the end of the at the end of the month you know how many people showed up. Sure, some of the leads may still sign up in the next month or whatsoever, but usually like you can track these numbers monthly relatively good, at least this part right here. But yeah, again, like you can see the leads is the problem here, and like the big picture is you can basically like this system right here is broken and nothing else, right? So we have a broken system right here, not in any of these other places. So when we need to fix stuff, we don't need to fix our ads particularly. We probably just need to fix the lead form. We don't need to fix the system that we use to book people in or whatsoever. We just need to fix this part. It's just like a car. Let's say your oil is empty or whatever, right? You don't just go ahead and check the wheels and stuff like that. No, you change the oil and that's it. Then the system works again. It's the same thing here. You just change the part that's broken of the system and you switch it up. Now, let's say you had like 100 leads, but out of those 100 people, only 15 then booked something, but the rest, the other numbers are constant. Again, then like debooking this right here would be the problem, right? And you need to have to work on that. But this will basically allow you to kind of make it possible to track all of that properly. I hope you found some value in this video. Now, if you want us, me, my team, help you with this stuff and basically help you implement systems like this for your martial arts school, then you can click the first link in the description, schedule a call there with me. Truth be told, this is a pitch. There's like a video that's trying to get you to book a call with me. If not, if you just want to watch these videos and learn from them, totally fine. And yeah, other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye bye.